Hey, everybody. Welcome. How are you doing? It is 3:36 p.m. for me, October 19th, 2022. And Foodie Beauty had posted approximately 8 hours ago. No, not 8 hours, 11 hours now ago. I'm getting married. With, of course, the comments turned off, as always. So we're going to talk about it. All right. So I'm seeing a lot in the chat. Let's talk about that. So we had Ghostbird. Hi there. We got Foodie Beauty coming in saying this. Oh, this is going to be rich coming from you, someone who had 4 different online romance scams going. I did not have online romance scams, Foodie Beauty. And I verified this is the real Foodie Beauty. You're probably listening right now, Foodie. I did not have 4 online romance scams, okay? Foodie Beauty, you people need to worry about your own sad lives, clearly. Okay, Foodie? Ghostbird again. We got Erado. Welcome, Erado Penny Lane. Gemini, hey there, Gemini, runs in circles AL. What's up? How are you doing? We also have Erado. Hey, Erado, Lynn Smith. Hi there, Dana Jacobs. JG, Edna Online. Welcome, Edna. And we have as well Pause and Pose, Pradanada, and Just Curious. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Welcome there. Welcome. We got Karen, 1969. Hi there, Prada says, did everyone see what she did to Piggy? She got a community guideline on her video and it was removed. Oh, really? Hey, Jackie Hawkins. Prada says, so if it was fake and Photoshop his Tinder, why did she report the video to YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, it is the real her. I checked, it's verified. How long has she known Salah? The beginning of this month. A lot of people are saying they started talking the day after Vlogtober Day 2 when she went to the mall with her aunt. So that was October the 2nd. But she's saying that she's known him a lot longer. Who knows? Maybe she did. But then why were you seeing 4 times, guy? Then why was the whole Metin thing from last month happening? There's a lot to discuss. Hey, Pebbles. Hey, MJ. Kimberly V, what's up? Emma K, Jacob. Waller says, my life is a whole lot better knowing Foodie Beauty's life is a shit show. Lol. Yikes. Well, we're going to talk about a lot of things. So, we're all looking online for a dress to wear to the wedding stream. Will it be a stream? Will the wedding be in Canada? Will the wedding be in the Kuwait? Or will the wedding be anywhere else? Hey, Seal. She will never admit to red flags this time. Look how long it took with Nader exactly. You're getting your wedding dress at Wish. Hey, Wish has some really good wedding dresses. If you're lucky, you can get 1 or 2 or 3 on sale for just $20. Karen 1969 says, if she gets married, I say green card. A lot of people will agree with you there, Karen. But she's pulled the I'm getting married stunt several times before. Even with Nader, I can show it to you. Like a year ago, she had put I'm getting married, then clickbait. Like it's happened a lot of times. Didn't she even say that with her past online flings from Tinder or wherever she was finding guys? Hey, R. Brownstein, welcome to the show. Marguerite, I think you're right. I think it's for views, more money. Is Ramona the maid of honor? A good question. Very good question. Prada Nada says she never believed people when they were showing her proof Nader was cheating and she defended him. History is repeating itself and I'm here for it. Yeah, I keep seeing messages being pinned about how they're matching with him even recently. So, like, what is going on? She would look pretty in a wedding dress, says Lola. We got a Foodie Beauty stand in the house. Susie Side, welcome to the chat. Right, Errata, all those women were messaging Nader. She gets an STD and believes he was faithful to her. Yeah, that was a show I mean, come on. She's lucky she got something that was curable. Is all I'm gonna say. You can't play with your life like that. They are on Piggy's post about Salah messaging women. Very true. Very true. Hey, smash that like button if you're just coming in. Lots to talk about in terms of Foodie Beauty and this whole marriage thing. Let me check something that I should be checking right now. All right, so yeah, Piggy got a um, community guidelines violation, and they posted that 2 hours ago. So yeah, YouTube is really gonna be all up on that, huh? Okay, I don't know what to say to that. I'm gonna send Chantopoulos a trough of SPF 1000 for her trip to Kuwait. Hey Tawanda, welcome. Edna, thank you. Smash that like button. I need to work for you. Really, Penny, doing what exactly? Facts, Penny. Big facts. So, okay, Susie Sai says, I saw a lady in chat earlier that said she's speaking with Sella and she claims he's moving to Ottawa. Okay, so I guess it's gonna be here then. Well, I guess she better work on her taxes if she's gonna bring him here. Because if she was gonna marry in Kuwait, there's actually specific parameters that you need to marry abroad. So you need a certificate of non-impediment to marriage abroad. Maybe I should put that up on the screen and we can read about it. So here we go. Certificate of non-impediment. In the meantime, the pictures on Twitter's or whatever it was were awful. True. What is Salah's YouTube channel name? Was it like Salah L? Let me look that up because I have that. Looking it up. It's Al Sultan Salah, and he's still active now. He has 3.38k subscribers. Look at that, slowly growing, but growing on. Otherwise, yep, and it's just him playing keyboard. All right, so let me put this up. I got some things to do here. So let me put the invite link out. So join if you want to join. Also, what I gotta say is this. Let me share my screen. This is what you need if you're gonna marry. This is from the travel.gc.ca website. So it's their official government website. So here's what it says. Here we go. A certificate of non-impediment to marriage abroad. A certificate of non-impediment to marriage abroad confirms that there are no objections to a proposed marriage or civil partnership. Canada does not issue these certificates. Instead, we can issue a statement in lieu of certificate of non-impediment to marriage abroad. Find out how to get a statement in lieu of certificate of non-impediment to marriage abroad from the government of Canada. If you are already outside Canada, you may instead be able to request this document for a fee from the nearest Canadian Government Office Board. And then it further states some foreign governments may not consider this statement to be sufficient proof of your eligibility to marry. Some countries will not accept this document unless it is issued in Canada. If this applies to you, make sure to submit your request well in advance of your intended travel dates. So there you go. Hi, Katrina. Welcome. All right. So there you go. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, it's pretty much you got to be cleared that there aren't practically any objections to you marrying someone, such as some people do uh well marry when they are already in a marriage. I've seen it multiple times. You're not supposed to do that. It's a simple thing to not do, but people actually still do it, even these current days and times. Not getting one marriage annulled before getting into another. You looked on Tori, they were nice wedding dresses. They are. Rocky Go About says she enabled Nader in the same way. Very true. Very, very true. Prada Nada says, I'm so glad everyone is seeing the truth of it all. He's using her to come to Canada. A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people are, but like I said, the taxes thing, she has to be up to date with her taxes. If she's not up to date with her taxes, then how is she gonna bring him here when that's one of the first things they're gonna look at is a requirement? She better not wear white on her wedding day. Well, traditionally white is the color to go, but a lot of other people are choosing other colors and whatnot. JG says that's all she has to offer. Ah, I wonder. I wonder what else does Foodie Beauty have to offer? Companionship is one. Maybe love is another. Errado says if she's trolling us, it's going to backfire massively. Like troll as in the marriage or troll as in the entire relationship. We got to throw it all out. Exactly, tip top. There's blood tests as well. A lot of other stuff that you got to do to be able to, get married abroad and whatnot. Access to Canada is all he wants, in my opinion, says Rocky Goabouts. Actually, let's do a vote on that. Hey V, welcome to the chat. Let me put that up. Okay, so how would I phrase this now? Rocky Goabouts says also X-rays. Yeah, a whole list of shots you got to take. Troll, as in all of it, the relationship, marriage. Yeah. Her blood type is cholesterol. Rolemia? Yay. Hey, Abby W. What's up? All I gotta say is, hopefully she understands and learned her lesson, but I fear she has not. I fear she's repeating the same thing that she had done with Natter. And as we've learned from her history, she never learns from history. Rocky says her blood type is Crisco. Ah, yeah, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't even know what to say to that. But yeah, it could be a total shite show. I think it's for views. So okay, why is she saying she is getting married? Is it for views? Is it for uh, Canadian status slash citizenship? Is it for love? For two any two or all of the above? Any of the above? Okay, let's put this as a vote. I think this comprises a lot of what we're thinking. Maybe she is gonna be on a show. There's lots of shows out there. Yeah, we're doing that poll. Then why is she talking about going to Kuwait? Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe she is this a long-term plan for marriage for a couple months, maybe a year or two from now, while she stays in Kuwait? Rocky says some Canadians will sell their time to be a sponsor. Mm-hmm. Very true. All right, there's a lot going on here. I'm still thinking, wow, we've had what 2 weeks of Foodie Beauty not really being live all the time, so that's also a surprise for me. Oh yeah, Chantel, if you're listening, please vote. Tell me what's up. But yeah, it's been practically 2 weeks of her not live streaming all the time like we're accustomed to. This is kind of I'm flabbergasted right now. She's trolling for views to stay relevant. Well, if she wants to stay relevant, all she has to do is live stream. That's all she has to do. The chat doesn't have to be there. She can disable live chat. She doesn't have to have live chat on. That's one thing that you could do with YouTube streams. You could just stream without your chat being enabled. There's a lot you can do. Tip Top says, how can she be a sponsor without working and paying tax? Yeah, that's very true. Wonder what she would put down as her job the last 5 years. I wonder. Really, truly wonder. Did you see that big pumpkin? Yes, I did see that in the picture in the community tab. I did indeed. I guess she's going to carve, or what she's going to do with this. Did she gain more views? No, I think the live streaming, the recurrent live streams were more views than anything else. Like, she did put out a short today. It was a few seconds, like 12 hours ago, but that ain't really much of anything. V says it's not easy to get married over there. Exactly. Pradhanata says, guys, she has no time for YouTube. She is so in love and so very, very, very happy. You still got to pay your bills. You can be in love all you want. You still got to be an adult. You still got to pay your bills. You still got to do what you got to do. And how is she gonna, I wonder what Salah thinks about her supporting Pete's. Because that's another whole nother issue. Because Pete's is an adult, grown man staying with her and practically not working. I say practically because you could say, yeah, YouTube is a job. Some people say YouTube is a job. Other people say YouTube is not a job. Okay, YouTube is a job, so he's working, but he isn't really making much. So Foodie Beauty is the breadwinner. Hi there, Nicole E. Hey, Cowboy Dog. So Foodie Beauty is the breadwinner. How does Salah feel about this? Having a grown man living with his partner, and they're gonna marry, and he isn't really paying much of anything. Yeah, I do believe she ruined Pete's credit, but I also gotta give Pete's the. I also gotta say about Pete's. Pete's credit cards were being run up in the past when he was the breadwinner and she wasn't really doing anything, and he was paying all the bills. So, is it okay for it to be both ways? That she was running up his credit card and he was paying for everything, and then now look, you turn around now she's paying for everything? Or is that the whole point? Susie Side says she only reduced stream time because she can't keep this cutesy bullcrap up. I think what would be good is no super long streams, like 1 or 2 streams a day, to, like 1 or 2 streams each day for like an hour and a half would be good. When was he the breadwinner? Years and years ago, Tip Top. When they first lived together, Foodie Beauty wasn't really making much, and he had a job, customer service, I believe, and he was working and paying for the apartment that they lived in, and they were getting by while she would, run up his credit cards. Erado says, what do you think Pete's earns? Maybe 1,000? No, he earns 300 a month. That's what he said. Because before I calculated him to make like 5 or 6, and that's what he said he was making before, if you remember. But now it's kind of gone down by half. So he's making about $300, which actually makes sense if you look at his social blade. I'm still wondering if they really move in. That is another thing. Are they really moving? Also, vote now. Vote now if you want to. Why is she saying that she's getting married? Is this views? Foodie Beauty, if you want to tell us, why are you saying you're getting married? Is this views? Is this love? What is this about? Nicole E says, I do not think Foodie Beauty is going to get married. This is all bullshit. Yeah, he makes 300 a month. But that might be changing soon because he has been streaming a lot more often than he did. Because before, he might have streamed maybe once or twice a week, maybe 3 times. and that would afford him 300 a month. Now it's gonna go up for his next paycheck because now he's streaming a lot more often than he used to. Yeah, the fairy dress, yes, but she said she might not wear the fairy dress. And the shoes, can you picture her in high heels? When's the last time have we seen her in high heels? I can't even recall. When's the last time Foodie Beauty was in high heels? I have no idea. Southward says she said if she was marrying and going to Kuwait, she may not move and keep Pete's where he is with the cats. I do remember that. She's doing anything to avoid paying a fortune for this new place, even getting married, really. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. She's the sugar plum fairy. Sugar plum. Oh. If Pete's transitioned on YouTube, he'd make more instead of talking about comics. I think he would. A lot of people would be interested in his transition, to be honest with you, because it is a journey and it does take work. It's not an easy thing to do. There's been many people who have, documented their transition stories online and they've gotten views from it. So, yeah. But is he actually going to do that or is he just going to be private? People are watching him more to see if he reveals anything. That as well, Erado. I have noticed that he's been getting quite a considerable amount of views because people are trying to watch him for the tea, like they always do when Foodie Beauty isn't on and she hasn't been on for a while. The default is to go to Pete's and talk, ask questions, maybe listen to see if he spills any tea, to gauge how angry or not angry he is. Just a lot of little tidbits, little things. Miranda H, welcome to the chat. If you're just coming in, we're talking about Foodie Beauty getting married. A lot of angles to talk about. Is this still a whole Natter thing? Is she just doing all of this, but seeing Natter and Stella is not really the priority? Some people believe that is this is still all about Natter. Other people no believe this is all about Stella. Other people think this is just a whole cover for anything or everything else. Hey Lindsay, hey Marie F. I truly don't know because she's pretty much been keeping this private. So a lot more private than she was in the past. Has anyone got Tinder in here that can have a right good nosy? Oh, you want to check if he's still on there? What's the age difference? She is, how old is she now? Like 38 and he's 29? Mom, Nolabu asks, how much does a creator make per 1,000 views? That answer is actually complicated, extremely complicated, because it depends on your RPM and CPM plus other factors. So you can make anywhere from like $1 to like $50 per 1,000 views. So if you for people making $40 to $50 per 1,000 views, those are in niches where you like sell homes or something, or you talk about homes, or you're a realtor or something like that. Something where when an ad is run, let's say buy homes in your local area or in your state or in your city, if you click on it and you actually complete, as in you complete as a buyer, it's worth, that lead is worth a lot of money. So that's where you get into the range of like $40 or $50 per 1,000 views. But then if you're catering to people who don't have a disposable income, but typically, even if you're a teenager, you have disposable income these days. But then you're typically doing something like, I don't know, gaming or appealing to teenagers something along those lines, then you're gonna get lower. You're gonna get like $1 or $2 or $3. So it really all depends. The answer is very complicated, Nolabu. All right, what am I guessing, Penny Lane? Tawanda says, no way is he serious about her being the only wife. V says he has always had a hidden agenda. Susie said, yeah, this is one of my concerns, but she has addressed this about adoptions, about what else was she saying? Something uterus. I forgot what her wording was. She was talking about uterus as well, transplants, and I was like, okay, uterine transplants, wasn't it? It's not so clear cut or simple like that. I think she needs to, yeah, a uterus transplant, yeah. And then she was talking about surrogates. She was talking about adoptions, many things. Betty Boo says Foodie is getting paid by his family to bring him to Canada. Hey, Jesse Gypsy. That seems actually pretty. Wait a second. Wait a second. That actually seems pretty fair. Because if you're going to bring somebody to Canada these days, you gotta show by pictures, messages, like texts. You gotta show your texts between each other. You gotta show many things. You have to have a track record of actually being in a relationship. Because back in the day, you could just pretty much sign a paper, like, yeah, I've known this, or just say you've known this person for years, months or years, and you're getting married, you're in love. But these days, you have to show that trail, like Facebook stuff. You gotta show, Instagram stuff, doing stuff together, going out to places. Families do pay good money. They do. You gotta show that track record that you are actually in a relationship before, you're even granted certain things in Canada and, of course, in the US, practically in all these quote unquote first world countries. Our Brownstein says, no way is she going to be able to be approved for uterus surgery. Is that even a thing? It is a thing. Uterus transplantation, surgical procedure whereby a healthy uterus is transplanted into an organism of which the uterus is absent or diseased. So it is an actual thing. Penny Lane says he grew up in an orphanage in Syria. He has no family. Yeah, that's another thing, right? So there's so much facets to this. Does he even need her though? Doesn't Canada welcome immigration? Yeah, Canada welcomes immigration, but your chances of coming here can be very slim depending on multitude of factors, where you're applying, how much people from that place is applying. There's, if you have the money to even submit your application, a huge multitude of factors. Even it's even actually better if you're in Canada to apply. Like, it's way easier if you're in Canada and you apply for this sort of stuff, or you're in the States and then you go to a Canadian border and apply. But the easiest is if you're in Canada, if you're just doing this to yourself and you apply, but then what are the odds of you actually being in the country that you're trying to apply for? Stem. Stem to nil. Hey, one small moose. Yeah, if he has no family, then maybe he is paying. Now, I'm not even sure if he does or doesn't have a family. I can't really tell for sure. I haven't spoken to the guy, so I'm just going off what I've heard. Right, Susie? But what else do you guys think? Let me end this vote right now. Like I said, if you want to join the panel, then join the panel. I'll put the link out. So why is she saying she's getting married? And 43% of you say views, 28% say Canadian status/citizenship, 3% say love, and 25% say any of the above, two of the above, or all of the above? Okay, so most people just think it's the views. After that, it's citizenship. Okay, so maybe she's gonna come on tonight. In fact, I thought she was gonna come on when I'm on, because I'm like, usually that's what she's been doing lately. She comes on when I'm on, and I'm like, oh, Foodie Beauty is on when I'm on, which is usually the case these days. But okay. Oh, you heard it from May? Okay. A uterus transplant seems very rare. Yeah, I haven't didn't hear about that. Well, actually, I heard about it before, but I haven't heard about it recently because I wonder how many uterus transplantations happen per year. Let me Google that. Google is my friend. Oh, okay. It's gonna cost up to $30,000 to transplant a uterus because it's an innovative surgical procedure. 30 grand. $30,000. But I wonder what the failure rate is. Jesse Gypsy asks, is it 30 or is it? Let me check the price. Let me check. I gotta accept cookies. Then I gotta look for the number. Is it 300 or is it 30? Okay, so here's the thing. I also just looked. US News states from their July 7th, 2022 article that so far there have been more than 100 uterus transplants performed worldwide. So a little over 100. And more than a third have been done in the US. So you have a little over 100 for this. That is very rare. LVF alone can cost $30,000. True. Somebody had asked me, Jesse Gypsy said, have you ever had her on your panel? No. I've never had her on my panel. Typically, most people would say, uh, don't have Foodie Beauty on your panel. But she has been on RSN a few times. Actually, I can't even say a few times these days, more like multiple times. She has been on RSN, Real Stream News, either on his main or on his collaborative effort channel with MFW. Is Salah still on Facebook? I have no idea. Can somebody confirm or deny that? Lisa B, this is a very good point here. You'd think Salah would put up a video praising his wife to be yet nothing. Why is that? Why is he not putting up a video, maybe making a little bit of income himself? Because people would watch that, of course. A lot of people would be watching that because they want the tea. So why would he not put up a video of that sorts? Susie Side says, well, he's definitely still on Tinder. Susie Side, you're also right. Any type of surgery on someone in such poor health as Chantel is actually very, very, very risky. Oranges says, no one is putting a uterus in a 400 plus pound super morbidly obese woman with an enlarged heart, fatty liver disease, and blood clots in their lungs who doesn't take care of their health. Very true. The health factors are too pronounced for a doctor, like a regular doctor, to do that procedure. Plus, would it take? I wonder what the rejection rate is for such a thing. Hey, Twitter Times, welcome. Ooh, that's cool, Janine. I was able to immigrate to the UK after going to the embassy in New York and paying $500. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. When was this? How long ago? R. Brownstein says, I did IVF, in vitro fertilization, and it's very, very expensive and invasive. My doc never would have approved me for it if I was her size and her lifestyle. Yep, very true. Scoutfin says, and her age, she's considered geriatric as far as pregnancy goes. Yeah, once you're 35 and above, you if you do get pregnant, is considered a geriatric pregnancy. Even though I don't like the term, but that's just the term they use or the wording they use when you're describing the the pregnancy for anybody 35 or older. Okay, so that was 10 years ago. Maybe the rules have changed. Maybe they haven't. Who knows? They probably have, especially with the UK kind of locking down on a lot of things. Penny says the pregnancy would be high risk regardless. Very true. If we factor in all the compounding health issues that she has. Aw, that's so sweet, our Brownstein. Beautiful baby boy that is 4 months old. That is awesome. Congrats to you. And her family sleeping through her life, right? You would think her family would be like, listen, we gotta talk. Have an intervention of some sorts. Maybe they did have an intervention. Maybe Foodie doesn't care to listen. Who knows what they've been doing or what they've been thinking or what they've been watching, what they've been seeing, what they've advised her, what they've warned her about. No idea. Maybe they have warned her. Maybe they have advised her. Maybe she just isn't registering their complaints. Maybe she just isn't wanting to listen to advice from people who should and do care for her. You were considered geriatric, really? When you were 30? Oh, wow, Janine. Tip Top says she can help care for the sister wife's baby. You'd think she would want to get herself in that type of situation? I don't know about that. Jesse Gypsy, this is an important point. Let's be honest, she can't care for cats, let alone a human being. Yeah. Try brushing Sam properly, Foodie. I still see knots there. I still see a lot of things that could be done a lot better. Let's clean that cat up, clean Sam up, take BBJ to the vet, and then we can talk about uterine transplants. Because, yeah, if you can't take care of a cat, and cats are extremely independent, then a baby is a whole nother level, a whole nother thing. Yeah, I think he needs to be shaved down. I'll agree with you on that one. I think he needs a shave down and a good brushing to get all that stuff out. I think all those knots need to be cut out. And also Foodie, BBJ, aka Casey, aka Jewel, needs to go to the vet. The cat's been meowing and we've seen it. And it's not like a regular meowing. Please take BBJ, BB Junes, BB Junior, Casey, Jewel to the vet so that she can get some proper care. No more temptations, proper cat food, preferably grain free, and then we can talk. Those cats do need to be rehomed. Yeah, I feel sorry for the poor baby girls because I care about my girls. Then I care about her baby girl, BBJ, and Sam, of course. Lynn Smith says she can't leave her kid with Pete's like her mother did with her, left her with her grandmother. Yeah, but her grandmother did her best. Say even a good job, decent job. Raising a child is hard work. Heck, I can't even take care of myself, much less a kid. True, Scout Finch, BBJ's meowing is alarming. Nolabu says, notice she had the sliding glass door open. Let's take a look at that picture. So you're saying from our community tab? All right. Yes, it is open. And what time was this? 19 hours ago? So that was nighttime. It was really cold last night. Why would you have that open? Maybe you're right, considering all the factors. Right, R. Brownstein, especially if you're doing it alone. Even with two people helping out, yeah, your sleep is greatly affected when you have a baby, etc., etc., etc. What's behind the pumpkin? I have no idea what's behind the pumpkin. But there is a pumpkin there. Maybe she's gonna carve sometime soon. It's already the 19th. When's a good time to carve pumpkins? Is it just all throughout the month, or do people wait until it's closer to Halloween, like a day or two before, or do people just carve all month long? What do you do with pumpkins if you're carving, or you want to carve? Do you wait until a few days, or a day or two? You carve on the 31st? Okay. I wait until about 1 week before. Penny says all month long. Tudor Time says you only open doors at night to let out the smell of something bad. I can only imagine it being that bad. Like, why has it come to that is that bad? Like, all you gotta do is work on things day by day, take it one step at a time. But for it to be that bad, that just tells you everything. Ooh, look at you, Penny. You carved two already with Vaseline around the cuts and two waiting. There you go. And as I've said, this is one of the slowest times I've ever seen the YouTubes in this niche in terms of like Foodie Beauty. Not really doing much. Natter is gone and out. Didi not doing anything. Who else? Like, this usually doesn't happen. Usually there is just too much. And then we got Pete's. Pete's is, like I said, being pretty active. He's doing his thing. I let them paint pumpkins throughout the month and carve them a few nights before. Okay, that's what I thought. Like a few nights before Halloween, people would carve. But of course, Foodie Beauty shouldn't be participating in Halloween festivities. Do you think she is going to still carve? Or do you think that pumpkin is just there because, it's harvest? It's harvest season. I don't know what that is for. Maybe she is going to carve. You tell me. All right. Never carve a pumpkin on Halloween while on. I will take note of that. Oranges for oranges. And I will not do that. Daisy and Me says, Monty, the owners of this new house may have no clue she is so unstable and planning months in the Middle East while leaving Pete's there, who they've not met. They could change their minds on this. They could. Am I going to dress up? Probably not. I can't believe it's been a year. I still have that steampunk hat that I wore last year. Maybe I'll just wear it again. I'm not one to frivolously spend money, or maybe I'll just wear another hat. Just something simple. I still can't believe we're like 2 weeks away from Christmas season. I even remember celebrating New Year just the other day. It feels like it was just yesterday. But look how far we've gone. Wear the natter teeth? Yes! I should just get a hat and wear the natter teeth. That's my Halloween costume. Okay, definitely will be doing that then. That sounds pretty good to me. Susie Side says, I honestly don't believe she's with Natter. She made this Salah guy too public. But she's made many things very public, and then we've come to know and understand that she was still talking to Nader or trying to talk to Nader, depending on if he wanted to talk to her or not. How many times have we thought like she wasn't going over to Dee Dee's place? Then all of a sudden you're hearing that she would go over there after all the vileness between them and sleep on their couch and have all these like relations with each other. We didn't expect that. Then we also didn't expect that after that, and then they were not talking to each other again. That yeah, she was over there once more. Like there's just so many things that have been happening that we never thought would happen. Janine, sometimes you gotta be thrifty, is what I will say. Sometimes you really gotta be thrifty. Very true, suicide. That's exactly what I'm saying. Natty didn't mind all these other guys. Like when she went to Cuba, he didn't care what she was doing. Like when she kept on talking about guys she's dating, he didn't care. Hey, Rob, welcome to the chat. How long ago was the Montreal hotel? Good question. Was that like August? But which Montreal hotel? With Natter or with the other guys? I think with Natter, maybe August is what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, that was kind of wrong, Lynn Smith. Like Shannon is going through a hard time. The way how she laughed when the VIBs were going to troll Shannon. I'm like, you shouldn't do that, especially somebody going through such a rough and sensitive time in their life. Like, if you want people to be respectful towards you, at least be respectful towards them. I think that was in very poor taste. Extremely poor taste. That's good, Janine, that you and your hubby complement each other. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in life. The cost of many things are going up. Like exactly, JG. Foodie, are you still here? I think you might be listening to me. You usually are a silent listener in these chats. Where are you? Are you still here? You're still around? What are you doing? I know you're here, Foodie. Harlow says, my neighbor is a dentist. He hands out toothbrushes on Halloween. Yikes. Yeah, Penny, I think he's here. A fish by any other name says, you should wear all your costumes of this year. Chicken wing necklace, wedding dress, teeth at once. That's actually an idea. That's actually a pretty good idea. Oh, the chicken wing necklace, the wedding dress, the teeth. That'll be pretty funny. Really funny, actually. Tudor Times is reiterating Chantel won't be allowed to enter Kuwait without a male chaperone. Check, right, Foodie, please. Chicken wing necklace? Yeah, Penny Lane, I have a chicken wing necklace. I was wearing it a few months ago, still have it. I even have the hot dog. What else do I have? The chicken nugget. Yeah, I have a few. Jessica says she's always here. Jessica. Lola says, if you're here, Chantel, just know that take the time all you need. Mental health first. This Beezer will spread positivity. You mean this Beezer, Lola? Hey, mental health first. Yeah, for sure. Take care of your mental health. Foodie, your physical health. Take care of your spiritual health, since now you're in that transition, you're wearing hijab and whatnot. Florida says, and she can't stay with a male that's not a relative. Yep. Yeah, make sure you post your wedding pictures, Foodie. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see those wedding photos. Because, hey, weddings are beautiful. I like weddings. Ooh, you're welcome. Rob says, Monty, I got my giveaway gift today. Thanks again. You're very welcome, Rob. Hopefully you enjoy those earrings. I'm sure they're going to look amazing on you. And thanks for being supportive, being here through rough times. Because, YouTube is not always a nice place. It can be vicious, it can be mean, it can be cruel. But thank you for being and sticking around. Appreciate you. Appreciate you as well, Jessica, and Nolabu, and Doriel, and Flordea, and Lisa B, and Lynn Smith, and all my regulars that have stuck around with me. I appreciate each and every one of you, even Brooklyn to Brixton, a fish by any other name. We also had a few people leave the girl verse because they're sick and tired of the BS, like Grim241 said that they're going to take off. Beaker is still here. And Tip Top, thank you for sticking around, Tip Top. Appreciate you. Has, you mean Salah ever seen her without the filter? Is very good question. Very, very good question. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Deb W has stuck around with me as well. Miranda H has. Thank you. Marie, of course. And Mary. My mod Mary has stuck around with me. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Amy Judy. Oh, you guys. And Nolabu, so sweet. Thank you so much, everybody. And Natsuki, yes, Natsuki, you as well. And Lindsay. Lindsay has still been here. Hey, Angela L. Welcome. Charlie's mom as well. Welcome to the chat, everybody. She will break down after all is done. Yeah, that's my worry. What's going to happen to her if this is not real, if she gets scammed? Think about that. I think she's in maybe a very sensitive time right now. Maybe a lot of things are up in the air. Maybe a lot of things are confusing to her. What's going to happen if this all turns out to be a scam? How is she going to cope with that? How is anybody going to cope with that when you've invested all your time, maybe even your money, to be with and see somebody? You've made all these plans, and then literally in a few minutes or even a few seconds, all those plans get flushed down the drain. How are you supposed to feel? Oh, yes, Kenzie, thank you so much. You're here as well. Kenzie, Alexis, appreciate you. That is also a concern. Daisy Me says, I read about romance scams from the RCMP. Ontario is the main province targeted. They spoke of love bombing, quick plans, moves, investments, engagements, and many months invested by the scammer, of course. They even have teams and teams of scammers that have a script of how to talk to you, how you like to be talked to, what to say, what not to say. I have even said I've actually known a person that was involved in a romance scam, not on the doing end, but on the receiving end. They got scammed out of their pretty good sized amount of nest egg. Why? Because they were getting sent flowers to their home from some guy in Europe, and then they sold all their belongings. So, with the expectation to move in with these guys, with this guy, and it just didn't turn out to be the case. And then they got robbed. Everything just gone. Oh, yes, you too, Ileana. Ileana F., thanks for being around. But, yep. What's the RCMP? Royal Canadian Mounted Police. You heard this was a pig butchering scam from Pulpy Syntax. Oh. Yeah, don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. Don't forget the thumbs up. But yeah, this person I knew, they've somehow got caught up in the scam, and they've lost a considerable amount of money just because for some reason they decided to look online for love, and they just happened upon a person. No, it wasn't a person, it was people, because it was a team that was trying to get as much money out of them as possible, and the scam worked. And these teams of people will try and scam and they'll continue to try and scam because it does work. That's why they keep doing it, because it works. It might not work on you, it might not work on me, but it works in somebody. Yeah, Janine, there is a special place in hell for all these people. True, Erado, she is going to fall into a deep hole when it all falls through. Jackie A says, I'm too old for love bombs. Maybe you're just too learned, Jackie, because with age comes grace and a lot of other things. You have a lot of experience underneath your belt. Foodie Beauty might think aging is a bad thing. Maybe that just says a lot about her inner psyche. I think aging is an amazing thing because you rack up experience, you rack up grace. Aging is graceful because you get to experience so much in life. Emma K says you're very nice to her considering what she calls you. You're a better person than me. Oh, thank you, Emma K. Fresh Flower says, remember you from Dr. Emily days. Oh, thank you, Fresh Flowers. Yeah, those days, the early 2021s when I was just starting out. You're too nasty for love bombs. Love bombings work on some people. Sometimes it can work on anybody if you really think about it. You just got to be vulnerable. And vulnerability can happen to most of us, a lot of us, where you just get into a situation. Maybe a loved one passed away. Maybe somebody just broke up with you. Maybe you didn't do well at work or you lost your job or you didn't get into the school you wanted to. So you're sensitive. And at that point, you're vulnerable. And some people can sense that. And then when they sense that, then they pounce on you. And then you get into a shitty situation. You remember when everybody shipped Monty and Madsy? Oh yes, the Monty Madsy days. By the way, Madsy's doing pretty good. He's doing 90 Day Fiance and whatnot, so shout outs to him. Very true, Sugar House. Aging is a gift. Hey, Miss Fitz. How you doing? That's awesome, V. Living a great life. We don't have to have much to live a great life. Some people think it's all material things, but you can't bring material things to the other side with you. Sometimes I've heard the saying, you don't accumulate belongings, you accumulate experiences, which is very fitting. Accumulate experiences. I like that. It's beautiful. Where is Madsy? Madsy is still here. He's still on YouTube. He just does 90 Day Fiance. If aging is a gift, you can keep it. All right, Lynn, I'll keep it. I'll take all the aging. Just give me all the aging gifts. Hey, Halana, what's up? Long time. Long time no see. Why did all your old mods leave? Because of a situation that happened like a month ago. Sure, you've seen it all over YouTube. So right now, I am in this state, but people will return. People do return once they understand what the situation truly was. Hey, Nesquik Milk, how you doing? What's up? I'm happy to age. Me too. I think I'll accept aging as just a part of life. She's been mini raging because things aren't going well. It's always her tell. Yeah, I think she'll do that when things are not going well. When she wants things to go a certain way, and they just aren't. So that is also very true. She'll do that. All right, once again, let me put out the link if you want to join. Please join. Also, if you're going to hit that join button, pay attention to the private chat. Vanny Joe, welcome to the chat, Vanny Joe. How are things? Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here with me on this pretty cold Wednesday here in the Greater Toronto area of this country of mine, Canada. Jordan says, I love getting old. I'm getting gray, and I will let both my beard and hair grow until I look like a wizard. I think I'd like that, Jordan. Thank you, MP. I appreciate you. Very true. Fresh flowers. A lot of people are taking YouTube a whole lot more seriously than they should. Really seriously. I think she might be talking to Nutter and covering it up with this guy. A lot of people are saying that. Maybe I should do another vote. All right, let me do another vote. What is happening? What is happening with FB? Let's do some general stuff. She is getting scammed. She is that's with Nutter. It really is love with Salah, and then put something else. All right. What is happening with Foodie Beauty? Vote now. Oh, he looks like Gandalf. That's so sweet. Hey, you love Lucy. What's the temperature here? The temperature here is 8 degrees Celsius. So what is that in Fahrenheit? 46. So it's 46 Fahrenheit, 8 degrees Celsius. She would be raging about Dee Dee. If what? Let me check your other comments. Salford says Salah has stepped up the promises this week as payday is approaching. Actually, very good insight on that. Highly probable. Maybe that's why she's talking about marriage now. To me, this talk is kind of silly. If I've just known somebody at the beginning of the month and it's just a little beyond the middle of the month, in fact, some people might even think still the middle of the month right now. Kind of silly to be talking about marriage. But that's just me. What do you think? If Nada was in her life, she would still be, mad over Didi. Very true, very true, very true. All right, vote now. You want to vote? Vote. Tell me what's up. What do you think? Is she getting scammed? Is she just with Nader? Is she in love with Salah? And it's just really all about love? Or is this just completely something else? What is going on? What are your true thoughts and feelings towards this matter? It's 66 degrees and you're freezing. It is pretty cold. Like the weather has been rainy weather due to events that have happened in the past couple of weeks. Has Nads been on YouTube? Not since the last time, which has been more than 2 weeks. He hasn't been around. Other than that, our Brownstein says he probably sends her a bouquet of flowers emoji, and in her 13-year-old mind thinks this is so romantic. Maybe he does. Maybe he sends lots of hearts, lots of red hearts, maybe some purple hearts. Lots of stuff. Caroline T says all talk of Nutter and Didi suddenly stopped. Yeah, what's up with that? All this talk just stopped out of nowhere. Just gone. Boom. Bye-bye. JB0617 says 80 here in Oregon and our apartments made everyone take out their ACs. Oh, wow. 80 degrees, huh? Lisa B just thinks his lawyers have warned him to stay away from YouTube. That is highly possible. Danny says he would never marry her. There's too many issues that he would never bring her home to his parents, especially Muslim family with strong beliefs. Yeah, there are going to be issues that would need to be worked out if she was supposed to meet the parents, and that's if this is truly a thing that he's going to follow through with, such as meeting the parents, getting the approval from his parents and from extended family members. Hey Moon, how you been? Long time no see. Glad you're here in the chat with me. Hopefully everything's okay with you. Positive vibes your way. Yeah, so there's a lot of factors. There's some families where you have to be good with the parents, also the brothers and sisters, maybe the aunts and uncles, even the grandparents. You got to seek approval from. I've been in those situations before where I've had to request to date somebody, and it's either I got accepted or denied from, other household members. So yeah, there is things like that that still happen where you either they say yes or they say no. They don't want you to date their family member, and that's just the reality. Hey Ziba, Prada Nada says, I just read on the forums the girl Galit. Okay, I did see that person is going to screen record her FaceTime with Salah on her Twitter soon once she figures it out to prove it's him and she's talking with him. I did see that comment. Wasn't that the person that was tagged on Piggy? Let me see. But wait, Foodie Beauty is now aware of that. What would she say? Why would she out it? She should have just not. Give me a second here. I do remember that person's name was pinned. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Is it yeah, she said she FaceTimes with Salah and he hit her up. He hit up her friend. Oh, really? Well, 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 we shall see what happens. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Pradanada. You can bring it up. It's all good. It's all good. We shall see what happens. Maybe it really is him. Maybe Foodie Beauty has disappeared and she doesn't know. We'll keep it a secret. Shh. You don't think people should be contacting Salah? Some people will agree with you, some people won't. But like I said, I can't control what another human being does. I'm just here to make sure I'm doing all the right things, taking care of myself and whatnot. So, what is happening with Foodie Beauty? 4/5 of you, just over 82%, think she is getting scammed. Next is she is just with Nada at 13%. 1% think it really is love with Salah. And then 5% of you think it's just totally something else. Hangster says, OMG, WTF. Jessica says, Foodie Beauty will make excuses, but it probably is Salah hitting up women. We shall see. I'm sure we're going to have a resolution to this entire situation very shortly. I expect in about 2 weeks, but that's just my opinion. We shall see. I really do think Sophia. I really do think Lola is in like with Foodie Beauty. Other than that, what else can I say? What else can I add to this conversation? Not much more. I will keep people updated on this entire thing. It's been a slow day. Daddy Kevin, thanks for being in the chat. I know you came on the latter end of the chat. Hangster is agreeing with a lot of people. She's doing this for views. That's what most people think, that she is doing this for views. Yep, and as always, time will tell. Beaker says Salah is a decoy. She's maybe with Nada. Yeah, whatever is happening is happening. Will it blow up in her face? I do think so. Maybe her audience will be pissed. But how many times has her audience been pissed? Then maybe a day or two or three or four or five or a week later, everything's just back to normal. Just like all the copious amount of other times that her audience, her VIBs, and everybody else is pissed at her. And then things just go back to normal. Very true, Danny. Very true. She's doing this for views. Very disrespectful for those who are committed to certain religions and practices. Pradanade says Lola is probably Foodie herself. Maybe. New Arc cooking show. Hey, cooking with Salah could be a cooking show. Like I would kind of like that. Cooking with Salah. Penny says, I also think Lola is Foodie. Well, if Lola, if you're a foodie, it's all good. Pete's must be sweating it. Yeah. I wonder how Pete's demeanor is for today. Is he pissy? Is he grumpy? Is he happy? Is he indifferent? Is he annoyed? How long have you been watching Chantel? Not as long as a lot of people here. Like, I'm still a neophyte compared to when some people here have been watching her ever since 2017, some 2018, some 2019. Scoutfin says Lola is way too calm to be foodie. That's actually pretty good, yeah, observance. You would think she kind of get angry right about now. Hey, Patricia D, welcome back. Patricia D says, I think people go way too far on YouTube. I had to get out for a while, couldn't handle it anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of people who they live the YouTube life. They like their lives in real life aren't their real lives. Like their life is just being online. On the Twitter, on YouTube, on IG, and that's it. That's all they do. Hey, Mammy girl, welcome. Yeah, I think Peace is trying to sort himself out with that job application. A little too late, but hey, at least it's late than never. So that's actually something. Hangster says, I think she's driving her channel into the ground and the car is in overdrive. It is. I think if she keeps this up for another few weeks, maybe there's going to be a change. Maybe it's going to be a permanent change. Because even, who was it that was talked about? Was it like A Boogie who took like a year off? Or was it somebody else? Was it A Boogie? I believe so. Like a YouTuber that took a year off and then he came back and, people just weren't around. Like YouTube, yeah, you could be popular. You can maybe take a week off, maybe a month, maybe two, but, any super extended time out or time off will might cause a drop in viewership. Thank you, Mary, for doing that with that bot. I was just about to get it. You're doing an amazing job. Mammy Girl says giving him a copy of her passport per his request is very suspect. She's beyond help. Danger arc incoming. Yay. Yeah, that is. It's extremely suspicious that when Nader disappeared, Salah came into her life. Very true, Vanny Joe. But is that a coincidence? Or do you think that has something to do with what's going on right now? Foodie seeks men who need supporting or have additional needs. She says she's excited that Salah will do that for her. I assume being a keyboard wedding singer must bring in the money, says Salford. I wonder what kind of job he does. But then again, does it matter? Now, as long as he can support himself and live his best life, doesn't matter to me. But sometimes I'm just curious. I won't insinuate though, but I am curious if he says he can afford Foodie Beauty a lifestyle that she currently enjoys. His job is foodie. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Like his current job is foodie. So there you go. Marie says foodie's gonna be stranded in Kuwait. He's in Germany. Oh, I've had somebody do that to somebody I knew once. They faked getting on a plane and going somewhere, and that person even got a hotel for them and everything else. And then it was all a lie. They were still at home. But I think that's like super messed up for people to do. I've heard of stuff like that. Not only from that person doing that, wasting their money, but from, other sources. Jen Puff says, hey, Monty chat, she will be supporting him and sitting on the sidelines while he scams other women. I would not like that. But that's also possible. A lot of these things are very possible. Exactly right, Susie side. Carolyn T says, Nader's citizenship in trouble. His only option now is marriage to stay in Canada. That's also another thing. So, coincidentally, Nader is quite in a legal kerfuffle Then we have Salah coming along out of nowhere. I think Nader is really considering maybe marriage to stay in Canada because he is in quite a bit of trouble. So maybe this is about Nader. I'm sure some people might say, oh, it's not. It has nothing to do with it. But hey, like I said, time will tell. Patricia D says scammers do that often, Monty. I saw a lot of things like that on Catfish. Exactly. Nader could marry Dee Dee. That's what I'm also saying. I'm like, well, why doesn't he just marry Dee Dee? He's already with Dee Dee, so maybe the next step. But hey, what can I say about this? Time will tell. Anyways, I think I might end it right here. We didn't have anybody on, but it's all good. You don't have to come up. I can just talk and talk and talk about this entire situation. Exactly, it ain't that. That's what a lot of people are saying. Why doesn't Nader marry Dee Dee? Why marry Chantel? Exactly. Was Dee Dee? I thought Dee Dee was still married. Dee Dee actually came out and said she was never married. She was in a long-term relationship, but she was never married because people thought she was married with her ex, but no, they were just common law. Anyways, I think I'm gonna be out of here. Join me later, maybe in about 2 hours or so. I gotta do some readings. I gotta do some work. I gotta do a lot of things that life expects me to do. I also gotta feed my cats because it's nearly 5 p.m. and I typically feed them on a strict schedule, so I got 8 minutes to do that. So take care, everybody. Smash that like button, and I will speak to all you lovely people another time, maybe in 2 hours if you want to catch me. If not, if you're busy or something happens, life happens, then I'll catch you another time. Take care, Moon, Natsuki, Tip Top, Fish by any other name, Scoutfinch, Joran, Lindsay, Key, Mary, Daddy Kevin, Pradinata, Jessica, and Miranda H. It ain't that. Marie, Flordea, Carolyn, Lola, Jamie Katz, and everybody else. Thank you for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Bye bye.